Yeah, we're live, we're live. Right, hello YouTube, must remember to look at the camera there. God's helpers. I was just sitting here thinking, what name can we give the people who built the pyramids and are currently now on the far side of the moon and have been there since they left 11,000 years ago at the before the Younger Dryas period began, that mini ice age. And they are there to prevent us expanding into the solar system. God gave us the Earth, nothing else. We've got the Earth. And that should make us take responsibility for it. Now imagine world leaders are probably aware of this because they've been around the far side of the moon. So they'll be aware of what's there, and they've probably had communication. They probably don't fully understand these people. And I was trying to think, you know, they're not the angels. They're not. And they are, I was thinking, like, what would they be like? The cherubims. That's what I thought. But I don't think they look like little babies. But then that made me think of, you know, like, did I think of Santa's little helpers first? No, then I just thought, you know, because I wanted a name, I wanted to know what should refer to them as, instead of humanoids that God had made previous to us to do whatever God intended to do. So anyway, God's helpers, just like Santa's little helpers, I think that is probably the best way to describe it. So they're going to be completely at one with God. You know, nothing they do will be out of sync with what God would do. Whether they're infallible, don't know. Maybe a craft did get shot down once. And I think the only time they're not going to interfere, I'm pretty sure they're not going to interfere. Because if God wanted to interfere, God could interfere. But in a sense, they will, I don't know. Do the animals interfere? Well, they don't really interfere, do they? But they do have an effect sometimes. It's kind of, our effect often gets reflected through the animals. So if we try to send something to Mars that isn't quite right. I mean, we don't know what they put in some of these missions when they sent stuff off to Mars, because many of those missions failed. And they didn't know why they failed, and they lost contact and stuff like that. Well, it's quite possible that God's helpers were there intervening then, because God gave us the Earth and nothing else. Okay, so that was that. Alright, bye. Comment, subscribe, like and all that, yes, and